Hello and welcome back to the channel. On the screen, you're looking at Eric Adams. He is New York City's new black mayor. He is taking the place of Bill de Blasio. He's a former cop, and he takes office promising to clean up the mess that de Blasio leaves behind. He pledges to tackle crime, cut budget fat, and show America how to run a city. Now, a lot of people are hoping that he can do just that. They are hoping that he can do just that. But realistically, I'm just going to keep it real here. There's always a vow to clean up another person's mess. But that is not a job that one man can do alone. We must keep it real here. Of course, you would cheer on anyone who wants to do that, who wants to clean up a mess, who wants to run a city properly and do this, that, and the third. But from my perspective, I like to keep it real. And the keep it real perspective is to know the time that we're living in and the fact that you're dealing with people who are just all over the place, demonic activity and just wickedness galore. What's happening in New York City is a big, what do you call it? A big pot of soup of mess of every proportion, coming from every angle. You have all kinds of immorality. You have a police department that is corrupt. You have people who are lawless. The streets are dangerous. There's a lot of crime there. It does have a pull for those who live there. I've heard people speak of New York as a place that is just so lit up and alive that it makes you want to get out and do things, right? But when you have this big pot of just questionable everything, it's going to be very difficult for this man alone to clean up this city. I know he's hopeful that he can do it, and he probably could if people would cooperate. But that's where his problem is going to come in. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Just because you get a black mayor does not mean that racism is going to vanish. There's a lot of racism that even he has faced in his life that is just off the chain wicked. Things that his family has had to go through that was just really disgusting. And when you have a police force with so many thousands of police officers who've had a culture of violence, not just against people of other races, but in some cases, even their own people, if, they are considered lower class or what have you. So when you've had that type of corruption for so long, it's going to be very difficult for one man to swoop in and clean up that kind of mess on his own. It's just going to be very, very difficult. He's probably going to be dealing with a system that is going to be working against him, even though his goal is to turn things around and to make things better for all citizens. Some people would rather see him fail than to work along with him. And that's pretty sad, but that is the culture of America. Now, although there are a lot of people who may be rooting for him, you have to understand that there are a lot of people who just don't want to see black people succeed, period. And he had a great example of that in his own family, in which I'm going to share that separately because I wanted to speak on that subject because that has happened. What happened to his mom happened to so many black people. But yet you have those who want to sit and pretend that the playing field is level and that we don't know what we're talking about, that we're just whining and moaning over nothing. What happened to his mom was horrible, but it has happened to a lot of so-called black people. But it shows you the control that this system has when you have an individual who decides within himself that, you know what, I'm going to block you. I'm going to throw all kinds of roadblocks in your way, even though you acquired and did what you did from your own hard work and efforts. I have the power to give you a stumbling block or to stop you or block you. I want to talk about that in a separate video. But anyway, all I can say is congratulations to Eric Adams. We can only hope the best for him. But if you know biblical prophecy, not a whole lot's going to change in terms of him turning the city around because now that he's in there and he's a black man, He's held many prominent positions in the past. Even though that is under his belt, now he's going to have a system that claims they want things to be right. They want to try to trip him up. You know, the same way they did Barack Obama. And Barack Obama is not even a black man. But because he is partially black, there were people who were working against him, didn't want to see him succeed, didn't want to see anything get done, just to prove that a black man is not capable of doing anything. And so it wasn't because he couldn't, it's because they wanted to try to prove that. And that shows you just how very childish some people are. Not just childish. I don't even want to call it childish because children don't act like that, you know. I really want to just call it what it is. Just pure wickedness. That's what it is. Why try to throw a stumbling block into someone's path when they're trying to make something different and better for all people? Well, again, that's America. It is what it is. Eric Adams, New York City's new black mayor. We will just wait and see. We'll see what happens. I'm done for now in the comment section below. Remember to keep it tight and keep it right. But until next time. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.